Number 3 of the
Number
day.
3, wow.
I love it when we stack it all in one day because it kind of gives you the feeling of being at a meeting.
Exactly.
So tell us who you are and what we're doing.
Well, thank you, Shelley. Like she said, this is number 3. I'm Teresa Smith with Volusia County Women Who Care. And each quarter, our members come together and they select 3 nonprofits serving Volusia County that they want to hear from. And we hear from the 3 of them. They get the opportunity to vote on the one that they would like to receive the member funding each quarter. And the other 2 get our community partner impact grant. And that grant is made possible by our community partners who contribute to this fund to allow us, Volusia County Women Who Care, an all-volunteer organization, to expand and also provide these particular grants. Today, I have the pleasure of introducing to you Sandra Cook. Sandra is the Executive Director of Halifax Repertory Theater. And so as you've seen, if you've listened today, we span the scope of possibilities in nonprofits. Mm-hmm. We talked about counseling, youth counseling first, and then of course they provide counseling for all ages and in all stations of life. Then we heard from Anna, who provides daycare for seniors, mm-hmm. which is incredible and important to us as families and as a community. And now we get to hear from an incredible talent who I understand is also a performer. I got to see her website, it's quite beautiful. Sandra Cook, who has Halifax Repertory Theater. So it's my pleasure to introduce you.
Well, good morning.
Good morning. Tell us your little background. How did you get to have a nonprofit? How does that look for you, and what do you do with it?
Well, I grew up here in Ormond with my husband as well. We both went to Seabreeze, and we used to do theater here when we were kids. Mm-hmm. I was in the Children's Musical Theater Workshop here in town, which has been around for 44 years. And then we moved over to Orlando. And, when we lived here, we did show after show after show after show. Back then, you had the Ormond Players, who did wonderful community theater productions in Ormond. You had Seaside Musical Theater over in Daytona, which was a regional professional group that was outstanding. And so we had a lot of adult and teen productions here. So fast forward, my husband and I moved to Orlando. We were there for about 20 years. He became an attorney. He's a partner at Morgan & Morgan. And when we decided to move back here, it's because our kids were starting middle school. And we decided we wanted to raise them where we grew up. Mm-hmm. So we did various things in Orlando. We worked with Orlando Opera Company. We did a murder mystery dinner theater show every Saturday night, which was really fun. We sung with bands. And then we moved back here, and we were just blown away. Everything was gone. We moved back here right after COVID in 2020. And
literally everything was gone.
Yeah, everything had stopped and everything just kind of disappeared. And there were still the youth programs, but there was really nothing in Ormond for teens and adults. Mm-hmm. And, we just felt that it was lacking, and it was so vibrant when we lived here that we said, you know what, we've been very fortunate. Let's put our money where our mouths are and try to revitalize theater in this community and really grow it and expand it and give it more of a professional feel. So we decided to start Halifax Repertory Theater. We wanted Halifax in there because, it's a well-known well-known thing with Halifax River and all the Halifax everything. And we decided on Halifax Repertory Theater for HRT, Heart, because we feel that arts are the heart of a community, and that was something that was really lacking, and we wanted to revitalize it and see it become something amazing.
So we have a theater or something here? I mean, I just heard about you for the first time the other night.
I know. Well, that's the hardest thing, is letting people know you exist.
Right.
We do have a rehearsal studio space that's actually right up the street on Young Street. Where we do our classes, we do voice lessons, and we rehearse for our productions. And then we rent the larger theaters to do our shows. So we just finished Annie at the Ormond Beach Performing Arts Center. Next up, we're doing Jingles and Jammies at the Ormond Beach Performing Arts Center.
I'm going to go to that, Shelley.
This is so
wear
fun.
Our jammies?
It's a really fun show, because what we do is we take people who have performed with us over the last year, and we invite some of them back to come and do a holiday production that we all perform favorite holiday songs in our pajamas.
how fun.
We invite the audience to come in their pajamas.
See, I told you.
Or if they're not
party.
comfortable, their favorite, holiday attire. And we have Santa there. It's just a really fun
What
family
date and
event.
time is that?
So we open December 19th. We have a show that Friday night, that Saturday night, and a matinee at 2 o'clock on the 21st.
And how do we get tickets?
At the Ormond Beach Performing Arts Center, their box office handles the ticketing. But that's a really just fun time.
It's on my calendar.
That sounds like
Well, we
something
did
that
it
would be fun
last
for the
year.
community.
We had a great time last year, and everyone loved it. And people were, in fact, calling the theater in March saying, "Are they going to do it again? Can I get tickets now? I want to get my tickets now." So they asked us if we would want to, return and do it again. So we're doing that. And then Annie was spectacular. And that's one thing that's really great. We try to do at least one show a year that involves the youth in our community because, most of them have just done shows with other kids. All of the children's musical theater programs are 18 and under. So this allows them the opportunity to work with professionals and with adults and learn from them, which has been really impactful for a lot of these kids. And then prior to that, we did Guys and Dolls over the summer. That was our big summer show, and that was at the News Journal Center in the Davidson Theater. So we're trying to utilize that theater as well. But most of our productions will be here in Ormond at the Ormond Beach Performing Arts Center.
Besides buying a ticket and going to these great events, how does mom, dad listening and saying, "Well, my kid's got some talent"? I mean, is it only kids that can come to you? Is it tell us about who
We do
can
all
come to
ages.
you? Do we have to be an actor?
Absolutely not.
Okay, that's what we want to know.
Yeah, in fact, we have a lot of people that we work with that just want to get more comfortable public speaking, that just want to be able to get up in front of a crowd and not be nervous. We have voice lessons. We start at age 8. We've got people up to age 75, people who just decided, I want to learn how to sing. We have a wonderful, wonderful person that does our voice lessons, Jennifer McGill. She was in the 90s on the all-new Mickey Mouse Club with Ryan Gosling and Justin Timberlake and Britney Spears and all those guys. Incredible talent and wonderful human. And she's the one who mentors and does voice lessons. She also does private acting lessons if someone wants to learn
And
one-on-one.
that's all at your studios right up here?
Yes.
Okay.
We do some dance classes. We have tonight at 5:15, we have our adult hip-hop.
Did you see how her voice just changed?
Yeah.
So we have this adult hip hop class that is the highlight of my week. It's
And why
so
is it the
much
highlight?
fun. It's just it's like a hip hop workout class. It's a drop in, so it changes every week. So you don't have to commit and go every week and learn a routine. But it's just fun. It gets you moving. It gets you energized.
So you're listening, you want a phone number, address, social media, give it to us all.
Sure. Phone number is 386-290-9963. You can find us on our website at halifaxrep.com. Social media is at Halifax Repertory Theater, and theater is RE.
I know. I have to look at it every time.
Yes, I know. It's I learned when I was coming up with the name and going through all of this that if you put theater ER, it means you have your own theater, your own theatrical space.
Oh, wow.
Since we rent the theaters, RE is the more repertory way of. I had no idea
Always
either.
learn so many things on
Learn
life.
something new every day. The other things that we have going on for our youth, we do some really fun karaoke kids nights. Which, all these kids love to get up and perform, love to sing, love to dance, and we provide them with a safe environment to come and do that. We monitor what songs they're choosing.
Now, is
they
this
have to be
weekly,
age
monthly?
appropriate.
How is that?
We usually do about 2 a month on Saturday nights. They come and get pizza and snacks and just get to sing and perform for 3 hours. And they love every second of it. We've got a good group of about 20 kids that come every time and just have a blast.
And what age is that?
So we do some of them that are teen only so that they can do stuff a little bit older that they might want to perform and do. And then we have some that are all age that start at age 8 and go maybe even 7 and go up to 17.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, because I have granddaughters in that age group, and they're very dramatic.
Well, It's just fun, and it gives them a taste to see if it's something they like to do.
And that's what I was just thinking,
Yeah.
because, just like you can sing in your shower, but then when it's real life, it's totally different.
Sure.
Well, like for me, they were in here recently, and I was like, okay, we're going to go live on the air. And they both all of a sudden acted like they did not know anything, their name or nothing. And I thought, you have been with me your whole life, and how did you all of a sudden not know what you were doing? You know what I'm saying? But it's really great, and that would be great to let the churches and stuff know that have youth groups that there's something like this, because there's really not a lot of safe zones for your kids nowadays. Right. I know I'm always thinking, well, what do they do? Like, I think we just cruised around and went to people's houses, and we were outside, right? And nobody even checked on us. Nowadays,
playing soccer in the street,
right?
Yeah.
We had to come home when it got dark.
Yep.
But nowadays it's not like that. And so we need to find safe places. So how would we find out more information, like about the teen night and stuff? Is that on your website? Or
well, whenever we have them, we always post them on social media. We're on Instagram, on Facebook. We'll have them listed on our website, what we have coming up, what shows we're doing next year, and what's coming up next year as well. So, I mean, everything is easy to find, or anybody can call me anytime. I'm happy to talk their ear off.
And your number and your website again?
It's 386-290-9963, and the website is halifaxrep.com.
Now, I was very interested in your story the other night about finances, because I had no clue what any of this cost. I do know that my mom was a seamstress, and I can imagine just alone your cost of costumes, But you and your husband foot a lot of this bill, don't you?
Yes, and, the majority.
because of your passion. So do people pay to come to get lessons? Or, I mean, how does it all work?
Yeah, I mean, people do pay to come get lessons. We do offer scholarships to the people that want lessons and that can't afford it. We scholarship them. The majority of the cost for us really is our space, but we have to have the space in order to rehearse and house all of our costumes and props and everything. And then, of course, the cost of the productions. We keep our ticket sales low because we want everyone to be able to come.
What is low to you?
$35.
Okay, so to come to the Christmas thing is $35.
Yes.
Okay.
So we want to keep it open to everyone. The ticket sales don't cover the cost of our productions because we go all out. We do sets, costumes. When you start to think about all the things, lighting design, when we do a production, we have to pay for the license to do that. There's all kinds of costs associated that people don't realize and aren't aware of.
Right.
So, any of our productions can cost anywhere from, when we're doing an actual show, anywhere from $65,000 to $110,000.
That's what I was going to just ask. So, like the one you're doing for Christmas,
Christmas is not as bad.
Okay.
Our Christmas one is more of a fundraiser for us.
Okay.
For the year, because there are a lot of costs associated that we don't have to take care of with the Christmas show. So that one's a little bit easier.
Okay.
But when we do a show like Guys and Dolls, that's a big cost. And we pay our performers. We pay our backstage people. Everyone that's involved does receive a stipend to help cover gas. And because it's time, it's a big time commitment, and it's pricey.
Well, and also when somebody's getting paid, the accountability is more.
Correct.
You want them to show
Right.
up.
Right.
We're trying to bring a more elite level, a more professional level, to the community so that they can experience that. And for the people that can't afford to go see a show up in New York, we're trying to bring it here and really show them that quality.
I'm not a big show person just because we didn't have them here. But when I went to New York, we did go to The Lion King. And wow, it was worth every single penny, And
Absolutely.
as my grandkids are growing, I would like to take them to something so they could experience that. I think everybody needs to experience at least once. But I love the fact that you have these teen nights, because
it's so
if you
fun.
took them to that first, and that kind of break the ice, then they would want to go to something else. You've got to kind of bait them.
Sure.
And I think that is just really cool. I've never heard of anybody that does that in town.
Well, the arts are so important for our community, and especially for building confidence. That's a big thing that we work with, especially teenage girls on, is building confidence and being comfortable being who you are.
Why do you think teenage girls need confidence?
Oh, well, it's a hard day and age. I have a 12-year-old daughter, and a 16-year-old son, who are both wonderful.
Of course.
Of course, they both perform. And it's been a great environment for them. I know for me growing up, the friends that I made during my teenage years are still my best friends today. And it's a time that you really start to build those connections with people and kind of figure out who you want to be and what kind of person you want to be when you grow up.
I kind of think being in a performance and stuff also sets you up for life. I mean, sets you up for a job, a responsibility, timing.
Absolutely. College interviews, job interviews.
So many things I can imagine that happening.
We work with all of our teens with that stuff and are happy to, because we want them to feel confident and feel secure and be able to go in there and nail it and become wonderful community leaders.
I think that's totally missing in schools nowadays.
Yeah.
We had shop where you learn how to work on a car, learn how to where the oil is,
home ec, all that
home
stuff's
ec.
gone.
Oh my gosh, I would roll my eyes and I would do all those things. And now I think I'm so thankful that I had the opportunity to have home ec, because I still remember some of those skills,
Absolutely.
And the car shop. My first car was painted in the car shop. You know what I'm saying? As a project, I would have never got it painted. You know what I'm saying? And I learned how to change a tire and stuff. We don't have life skills now. So I think the arts is a great way to get life skills, because you're playing a character, but you've got to do that character well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we try, my husband, Jack, and I, we try to support all of the schools. We donate to different programs. And, one time someone had gone that was teaching a dance class at one of the middle schools, and they had done a presentation trying to get $750 to put up mirrors, because they didn't have mirrors in the room where they're teaching dance. And it got denied.
The simplest thing, but is huge.
Right. And that got denied. So my husband and I said, absolutely, we'll donate and get those mirrors up. I mean, how can they learn?
Yeah. If it was,
things have been so stripped down, and the arts, it seems to be, kind of the first thing to go. Volusia County Council just stripped the grants, $611,000.
So what are you doing with this check from Volusia County Women That Care?
We will use this for our teens, for scholarships.
Okay.
That's what we'll be putting it toward, so that we can allow them to come in and do the lessons that they want to do. And
so you're putting it towards the future.
Putting it toward the future. I like that. Yes, absolutely. Because they are our future. All of these kids they're going to grow up to become the adults that hopefully sit here and do what we're doing for the community.
Yes, exactly. Well, one of the things that happened Thursday night when you were there, which to me speaks to exactly what we're talking about, is one of our supporters, community supporters, he's so dedicated to inspiring young leaders, and you met the group from I want to say all of a sudden the name just went out of my head.
From the college, right?
Well, from Stetson College and from Seabreeze High School, the volunteers. I don't know why that name went out of my head, but anyway, and they're interning for us, and they are the future community leaders, and they're being inspired by women like you and the other women we've met today. And so Preston, one of our big supporters, and we was so inspired, and he presented the first leadership grant for our intern. It's called the Volusia County Women Who Care Intern Leadership Award, and he presented it to Fernanda Enriquez, who's a student at Stetson.
I remember sitting with her when she first started with
when she was a student at Daytona State College, and she came from Guatemala. She learned to dance in Guatemala. It's the reason I bring her up, among other things. And she wanted to, one of her aspirations in coming to this country and gaining an education is that she wanted to be able to go back to her country and provide this dance lessons for youth there who wouldn't have access to it otherwise because they couldn't afford it. So she graduated from Daytona State with honors. She went on to Stetson. She is now, of course, top of her class. She's with a fraternity that she brought who's pre-law. She wants to go get her law degree, and where she can go back to her country and not only understand the law but be be able to provide these kinds of opportunities for youth. And
Teresa's
she
being
did
very
it
modest.
at Hope Center.
And why is she at Volusia County Women That Care? You're being very little modest over there. She wrote a story about you.
Well,
That's what started it, really.
Yeah, she actually had to do a project at Daytona State College where she wrote about an organization. She researched and she found it, and she called me, and she's amazing. She's been with us for several years, helped us to start the community partner grant fund that you are a recipient of. She helped because she helped write grants to help us get it funded, and she stayed with us. Amazing young woman. She received this award from the Root Foundation, or from the Tiki Fund, from the Root Family Foundation, for $1,000, which is, just remarkable. She was a surprise to her. It was so much fun. But all that to wrap up to point to say that the children are our future, and investing in them and giving them the opportunity for expression, whether it's whatever their skill is, whether it's through the arts or through,
figuring it out.
Figuring it out.
I mean, that's the whole thing. You're awkward.
Right.
You're
Absolutely.
very awkward, and then the whole homeschool thing, not homeschool thing. I mean, my grandchildren are homeschooled, but she gets to cheer at Seabreeze. She had to try out and all that, but now they offer that even though you're homeschooled, you can go to a normal school and be a cheerleader. And wow.
Yeah, that social interaction is important.
Totally.
And when you're with like-minded people, it's fantastic.
Right, and I think that what you're doing is amazing, because we don't have a lot of youth groups in this town. We really don't. You would think that they're on every corner, like every church, but a lot of churches don't have youth
Well,
groups.
and it's a senior-heavy community.
Right, and
so
it's hard to
more
know
focused, right.
what to do with your teenagers.
Right.
And, so I just think it's amazing that you offer these fun nights for the kids. It's amazing that you offer them an opportunity to get up and talk and speak and learn how to present themselves for their education, for their future, for their job, for their whatever they're going to be. So thank you for being part of that.
Absolutely.
And I applaud you and your husband for putting your money where your mouth is
Yeah.
and standing it up. That's a great
Well, we
commitment.
certainly
to the
believe in
community.
it. We love this community. Like I said, we grew up here and we decided to return here, and I think a lot of people do that.
Right.
And when you come back and you say, "Wow, things have changed a bit. Let's revitalize. Let's
Yeah.
let's
That
do
was- that
something."
was a great
and we've
vision.
been very blessed, and so we're sharing that with the community. And I did want to say next year, we have, just going about the teens, we're doing a production over the summer that is a teen only, which we're super excited about. It's Hadestown Teen, which Hadestown is still currently on Broadway, but they're allowing youth groups to put it on. So we're highlighting our teens, because there are some really spectacular, talented teens.
How exciting.
So
they
that
need to get a
one's
hold of you.
fun.
Tell us again, how do we get a hold of you? and
Yes.
Where we go?
Yes, you can go to halifaxrep.com. You can call me at 386-290-9963, or follow us on social media at Halifax Repertory Theater. Definitely
stop
check
by,
us
right?
out.
During one of your
stop
events?
by. Absolutely. And, coming to see Jingles and Jammies, you'll get an idea of what's to come next year. The other one we're very excited about next year is next June, the last weekend of June, first weekend in July, we're doing 1776.
Oh, wow.
Because it's the 250th anniversary
Oh,
of the
wow,
signing
that's
of the
great.
Declaration.
Yeah.
So we're really excited about that
And
one.
we would find about all this on the website.
All of it'll be on there. Yep,
Okay.
absolutely. And then we'll have another show in April that is to be determined, and another one
April,
in
like
October.
in 5 months.
Yeah, we're trying to do.
Yeah, that seems
I mean,
quick.
I think it takes
Yep.
a long time to do all this, and you're like,
No, we put up Annie in about 6 weeks.
wow.
Yeah, we're trying to do 5 shows a year. That's our goal.
Wow.
Is to do 5 shows for the community every
That's
year.
Very
amazing.
aggressive. Well, thank you so much for being here. And
Thank you for
being part
having
of
me, and
Volusia
thank
County
you so
Women.
much to Teresa, because
Yeah.
Women Who Care, I'm so glad I joined this organization a few years ago, and I attend every meeting I can. I absolutely love
Was this the first time you tried to get the
this.
grant?
No, I had put in for it before, but
Okay.
this was the first time that I
were
was
drawn.
selected. But it's such a great, powerful group, and such a wonderful group of women. I meet new people every time. If you're not a member, join it. You will not regret it. It's one of the best things that I've done since
you,
I
Sandra.
came here
Thank
to
you.
Ormond. So,
Oh, thank you.
So thank you for creating it and keeping it going. And I am very, very fortunate to be in your company.
Oh, and I'm in yours as well. Thank you, Shelley.
Of course.
Thank you,
I
Sandra.
love being here. I love hearing about, like I said, I didn't know anything about you, so I'm honored to get to interview you today because it's something we definitely need in our area.
Agreed.
So
Well, we're going to
thank
keep
you.
it going.
Awesome.
And we'll be right there with you. So
So
that's
tell us how we join Volusia County Women That Care.
You can check out our website at vcwwc.org or .com or volusiacountywomenwhocare.com or .org. And there's a big join now button there, and you can read all about it. Or you can give me a call. If you have questions, I answer the phone. It's 386-562-1334. And we hope to see you there. Just come.
When's our next one?
Our next one is February 13th. Will be the first quarter meeting of 2026. Everybody's invited. You don't have to join. Just come and enjoy the energy. And it's hard to walk away and not join.
Right. And I think you should also come out to the check thing because if you're scared to go to the room with all the 400 women, then go to the check presentation because you kind of right there get the feel of what it's all about and kind of start understanding it. Right. But you have to participate.
You have to participate. And you'll see the check presentation will announce that. It'll probably be in mid-December, where you'll get to meet all these three incredible women that you've heard interviewed this morning, and we'll present them with the sort of the photo opportunity, big check. And we get to tour. In this particular case, we're going to get to tour, we'll tour the organization, and this is Presbyterian Counseling Center that will tour their organization, and you'll get to see a little more firsthand how your money and your contribution is making a difference.
And then you have a chance to keep putting your name in.
Absolutely. I will.